Hi, everyone. I'm Angie Faith. My strength, I would say, is I'm a vocalist. I love to sing. My weaknesses, I would say, is definitely production. I'm so open and willing to buy a microphone and do vocals from home. I just haven't done it yet. Action of producing music is not a strength of mine. Also, I'm not very strong in collaboration. I've done a lot of work solo, independent, so I'm happy to be here, part of a group.
Rob's group, I want to do Rob, James, Alethea, and Angie.
I'm coming back here in 2 weeks' time at the same time with like a finished, let's call it a demo of the song.
So you make a demo within 2 weeks.
We make a song, and sometimes it's more than a demo, sometimes it's a demo. It just depends really on
Okay.
where we get with it. But yeah, we'll aim to have a really nice version of a song in some
Oh,
time
I'm
and show
so
everybody.
excited. This is so cool.
Like, there's a massive gap. Like, when people are like, oh, I want to work in the studio with XYZ, it's like, yeah, I get that you want to. Everyone wants to, but like, are you equipped to? This process teaches some of the equipment that's required to be able to do it. Take it as a learning experience. Rob is awesome. This will be your first time. It's going to be a great experience. You're with James, who is awesome and will help guide you through this process. And
Yep.
I think that the musical theater-esque narrative lyric writing, it could work for you. And I know it's not like exactly the style that you've been creating, everything that's in like your list, your psychographic identifiers, all that kind of stuff. I think that tracks well for that. And I also think that Rob Wells can create a badass track in that genre, considering that's sort of his like wheelhouse of music.
There's the whole ripple effect, but there's also like the thought of just like standing on one continent and like just dipping your toe in the water and just like wiggling it, and will that create a wave that will be somebody will surf on the other side of the planet? I have this idea that's floating through my head of just like, I want to imagine like we just put a drop into the ocean, and then that drop becomes ripples and then becomes waves.
Yes.
Might be kind of cool, but like if I can do that musically as well, like with the piano part that I come up with, where it's just something like, just something like that.
That's really pretty.
That's our verse right there.
That's beautiful.
Well, actually, hold on. Let me try something here with a cool delay. Just that little combination of those chords, I think it's going to be really, really good. Really gives this feeling of just like the ripples turning into waves, turning into. If you can play the music on its own without hearing the lyric and know what the song's about, then you're onto something. And then if you can read the lyric and imagine the music, and then it ends up being that, then you're onto something. If you can come up with a melody that gives you those same feelings, all of that, then you're onto something. If it can all just like tie together so beautifully, that then that's a great thing. So definitely like coming up with the concept will feed everything. It'll feed everything. It'll feed the emotion. It'll feed the music. It'll feed the melody. It'll feed the chords. It'll feed the lyric that you come up with, and the tempo and everything else. I'll just come up with the musical background, the musical bed. I won't give any hint of what I'm thinking for melody. I'll let you guys run with that. And
Okay, cool.
And then I guess, Angie, are you able to record a vocal at your end?
I made sure she got herself sorted this week. She went and got
all the equipment for her place
Okay.
because she didn't. But she's
Oh,
sorted now. She's great. She went to the
excellent.
store. She got a mic. She got an interface. She got everything.
God bless you,
Yeah,
James. That's good.
I just got to set it up now. And then Kevin sent me Logic. So I'll be using that.
If I could get the vocal sent to me when it's all like, if you're really happy with it and you've got it like edited to the point where it's just a single vocal for me to use and put in over the track, that would be fantastic. Or I don't know, James, if you can jump in and do some vocal comping or anything.
Either me or Kevin will sort it. So whenever you get the vocal to pop in, you won't have much work to do. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's great. And then I'll just put it together and I'll do mix and master and editing on just making it sound great. But my aim is to do like a piano vocal with atmospherics over top of all that and just make it sound cool. I look at songwriting kind of like I'm looking at a big chunk of wood right in front of me, and I see the shape of the wood, and it's like, okay, based on that shape, I could see that I'm going to carve this out of the wood, this particular thing. And so that's the one sentence that describes the whole song. That's the one item that I'm going to carve out of this. Now what I do is I go in with like an axe and I chop off the big pieces out of this wood to kind of get the general shape of what I want to make. And then once I've got that, I zoom back and I look and I just think, does that work? Can I go a little bit further with this? Yes, great. Then I go in with a smaller tool and I start doing the free writing. The free writing is going in with the smaller tool and now starting to get like really in close to what the general shape is that I'm looking for. And then once that feels good, once I've got the free writing done, then I go in with the really fine tool and I figure out what's the actual lyric that I want to do in here. And I'm starting to do like the fine, minute details that are in this thing. And by the time I'm done, I've got this carving that's exactly what I wanted out of this wood. It's the same thing with songwriting. Is you start with the big chunk of wood, you cut away the big blocks with the sentences that you put up here. Then you go in with a finer tool, you start doing the free writing, and then you go in with a really fine tool to do like the real nitty gritty lyric writing in there. And as long as you're all agreeing with everything that's going on at all stages of the way, then I think the three of you can write the top line together and come up with the melody over top of what it is that I'm doing, piano wise.